YouTube, what's good? Welcome to Road to the Show series, where I document my journey and my workouts heading into my second bodybuilding competition. I got big plans for this one. I gotta come in huge as hell, and yeah, I'm gonna be documenting it on this series. I already have a part 1 of the Road to the Show where I document my first bodybuilding competition, but I didn't really like the content that I was making over there. Wasn't really proud of what I was doing in terms of content, so I decided to take a little break from that, and also took a break from the gym as advised from my coach. But now I'm back into it. I'm back to making content as well, and I'm just gonna be doing voiceover videos. I was trying to do a little bit of vlogging and stuff on the first Road to the Show, but I realized that I'm not a person that's made for vlogging at the gym. When I'm at the gym, I just kind of like putting my hood on, head down, and just working out instead of actually focusing on making content. And that's what I'm doing right now. But without further ado, I'm not even going to continue to bore with that story. I'm just going to get into the workout right now. So yeah, I've been out of the gym for 3 months and I'm extremely weak, as you guys can see from my lifts. I decided to just do a full body workout. Getting back into the gym, I would recommend anybody that's coming back to the gym after a long hiatus, or if this is their first time in the gym, to just do a full body workout, because everyone experiences DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness, which is basically if your muscles are not used to working out anymore or working out at all, you get this insane initial pain. And you can do workout splits where you work out certain body parts, but then you're gonna have the situation where certain body parts are gonna be sore, super sore, while others recover. And I don't know, that just prolongs the whole thing. I like to just rip the bandage immediately and work out the whole body and get the rust and pain out of the way from everything, and then you can, you don't have any lagging body parts. You can sort of evenly work out hard on all the body parts because you got the rust and the DOMS out of the way. Right now I'm starting the full body workout from down to up, so I'm starting with legs. Right now I'm doing leg press. I was doing 4 sets. I'm not really counting the reps. I'm just doing it until I feel a little bit of soreness, until I feel the muscle really engaging. Right now I decided to add 3 plates, which usually wouldn't be heavy at all for me. It's just a warm up, but now it's kind of an actual workout. In the workout you do have to push yourself just a little bit, not to the extreme, because it is your first workout after a long time, or your first workout in general, but you do have to still find a way to kind of push yourself, and that's what I did here. Just to the point where you actually start feeling like your muscles have to contract and they're engaged. That's to the point where you have to bring it, not extreme, but also you got to get the rest out of the way, so you got to put in some work. With the hyperextensions over here, I'm engaging my hamstrings, my glutes, lower back, and a little bit of my core. Just again working from down to up, and compound exercises that target a lot or multiple muscle groups is really effective when you're trying to do a full body workout, to really engage and to get the rust out of all muscle groups. What you also want to do, and what I was really trying to focus on these hyperextensions, is to really try to get a feel for the muscle, to sort of bring back that mind-muscle connection that you definitely don't have if you just started working out, and you kind of have to get back if this is your first time working out in a long time. So I really wanted to focus on feeling the whole stretch on my hamstrings, and just the real squeeze in the glutes, and also the engagement of my core. You really have to put it in your mind. You have to visualize the muscle and really try to feel the muscle contracting and stretching, as opposed to just going through the motions. That's what you want to do. You want to remember how it feels like to work out, and to do that you really have to get into the mind of the muscle. Also, one thing I would like to note is that you guys are definitely gonna feel this impatient and discouraging feeling of, man, why do my normal workouts just feel so heavy all of a sudden? Because you're so used to seeing yourself be at a certain strength, at a certain size, and every time you look yourself in the mirror, every time you lift, and it's just not as light as you remember it. Every time you know, you're just not as strong as you're gonna be after a long break, and that's definitely gonna play with you during the workouts. What used to be your warm-up lifts are now actually workout lifts, and they're fucking heavy even in some cases. It's gonna be tough on your mind, but you have to just remind yourself that there's no like time limit. You don't have a deadline to get back where you need it to be. There's no need to rush it. I personally I struggle with this even in this workout. I just have to constantly remind myself that, hey, I'm eventually gonna get there. It's no worry. There's nobody I'm competing with right now. I can just take my time, get back to that, and it's all gonna be okay. Stop trying to rush to get to that deadline that you yourself put in your head of, oh, I have to get back to where I was immediately. No, just take your time, and eventually you're gonna get there. And that also, not rushing also prevents injury, because if you just got back into the gym after a long time, you're also pretty prone to injury. So just remind yourself of that, no pressure, and you're gonna get back into it anyway. Yeah, and this right here is also something that I noticed that I was doing, and I noticed it a lot more that I'm actually editing the video. I was swinging a lot. I wasn't really focusing on the upward motion. When I'm pulling it, yeah, I contract, but not really so much as when it's going back up. I was just really swinging it, and again, that has to do with the sort of muscle feeling kind of not being there as much, and you having to work on that. You really want to focus on contracting the muscle, not just when pulling it towards you, but also when letting the weight go up. You really want to get that mind muscle connection back, and you really have to focus as opposed to just swinging it. And this one, I think I did a little bit better. I was really focusing on just engaging my lats as opposed to just swinging. I noticed it, I caught that, and I adjusted it here. And you're gonna notice that in your workouts coming back, you're gonna want to do that. I did less reps there, but I was still proud that I was able to focus and get that mind muscle connection, even though I did less reps. Also, I would really not advise counting your sets or your reps, but really just listening to what your body's saying. After a long time, maybe fixating on a certain amount of reps or sets can maybe lead to injury. You know, your body is not used to a workout, so demanding it to do a certain amount after such a long hiatus, it might not be so good. So you kind of just want to work out until you feel the muscle being engaged, as opposed to having a rigorous set amount that you just have to reach. You just kind of work out until you start feeling the muscle. That's ideal for a first time workout after a long time. Right here, I'm making the same mistake. You're gonna notice that you're gonna do that a lot. It's with back exercises, especially, you know, pulling exercises. You're gonna swing back and forth a lot. Right here, I'm just trying to get that mind muscle connection. I'm just trying to feel the muscle, but I really noticed that I'm just swinging back and forth as opposed to really focusing on it. But that's one thing that you have to do it, especially on pulling exercises. It's really easy to just forget about that. Alright, now I am at the Smith machine press. My pushing strength has never been as good as my pulling strength, although I was able to engage my pushing muscles a lot more than my pulling ones. Right here, I'm just trying to get a feel to the chest exercise. I'm putting weights that actually feel pretty light, and I'm just going through the motions trying to engage the muscle, and this is just a little bit of a warm-up. Soon I'm gonna add the one plate, and it's actually gonna feel like a workout. This one actually felt pretty light. I was like, okay, you know, at least I'm not that weak. Right here, I added the plate, and yeah, you know, just once again going through the motions, really just trying to focus on feeling the muscle as opposed to working it out. Just trying to feel it, just trying to get into the mind of the muscle and engage it as much as possible. Yeah, that one felt kind of light, so I decided to add 2 plates. You know, the basic bitch milestone for every gym bro, you know, the 2 plates. I was like, okay, let me, you know, I can do this. That one felt really light, and this is gonna happen to y'all a lot, and it's this right here. 1, that's all it took. I could not I maybe could have done one more, very tough, but I definitely couldn't have done more. Once again, you're gonna get humbled by the gym. You're gonna realize that you ain't as strong as you were, and you gotta sit down and just trust the process. Had to immediately take that weight off, no shame, and just continue with the 1 plate, really trying to engage the muscle. That's gonna happen. You're gonna think you're stronger than you are. You're gonna feel something's kind of light. You're gonna put up a little bit more weight, and then you're gonna get humbled, and then you're gonna have to sit your ass back down. And here we are to the most annoying, in my opinion, exercise or muscle group to train, and that's my shoulder. I just hate training shoulders, but I really gotta engage them. So yeah, just doing a couple of presses, trying to feel the muscle. Not really a lot to say about this one. Just once again, engage it, trying to get into the muscle as opposed to just going through the motions and pushing. Yeah. Right now I'm gonna be training biceps, and with this one, especially for people that are getting into the gym newly, and depending on how long you have been out of the gym, I would really specify in this one. Biceps, for whatever reason, maybe it's just me, are the ones that DOMS attacks the hardest. I've had periods of especially during Corona time or lockdown, where there was such a long time that I haven't gone to the gym, and every single time I attacked biceps, my arm, I was like a T-Rex. I couldn't move my arms because biceps, like tendon between your elbows or between your forearm and your bicep, is just insane. It's really sensitive, and you should really be careful. And that's why with biceps, I would only recommend doing 1 exercise with light weight until the muscles feels engaged, which is what I did right here. Just 1 exercise, no more. I do not want to get that feeling of just being basically handicapped, not being able to use my arms because I hit biceps too hard. Now, triceps are kind of the opposite. Triceps can take a lot more, but you still don't want to do too much with it because it's still, you know, there's still a tendon that can be injured there. So you kind of just want to add a little bit more load than you do with the bicep, and really just trying to engage it and really just trying to feel the muscle. And you can push it a little bit more, as I'm doing right now. I really wanted to feel the bicep and actually working out, but also not pushing it. Just really focus on the stretch, really focus on the squeeze when it comes to the tricep, and you should be good. It can handle a little bit more than the bicep. But yeah, that's it for this first video in the series. Once again, I got a lot of stuff, big stuff planned, and it's just a question of waiting until I get to the point where I was, and then I can improve even more. And that's the same for you guys. Just take it 1 workout at a time, 1 day at a time. No need to rush anything. Just, I have to constantly remind myself that I'm eventually gonna get there again, and when I do, it's gonna be a fucking ride, baby. Yeah.